Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Dark Souls 3 on the PC. This is my guided walkthrough. We're currently on the 26th part. It is an optional boss entitled Oceiros, the Consumed King boss fight. So we're going to take a right over here. In the last video, you should have opened the door, and now we're going to do this run back. So this is the preferred run back to the boss. As I mentioned in the last video, if you do it this way, then you won't turn toxic. I was doing it incorrectly when I first played this game, but I recently found this shortcut, which is a lot nicer. So, this boss hits really hard, but if you're at a pretty high level, like 50 to 60, you should be pretty good here. And you'll probably want to equip something to absorb frost damage, so the Pontiff suit works really well. And you need to jump right here, jump off the lift. So now we're back in the Consumed King's Garden, and since some of these areas are so fantastic in this game, I decided to include them even though they're optional. So, and also, to get to Archdragon Peak, we're going to need to slay this dragon because he gives you a gesture that you'll need to advance the storyline so that you can go to that optional area. So this is the boss. As far as I know, there are no other bosses in the Dark Souls series that have voices, but this guy does. So it's a really fantastic voice too. So when you come on in here, two-hand your weapon, lock onto him, and the key to this fight is staying under him. He's sort of like a mimic because he has really tall legs, and staying under him is your key to victory because you're quite safe under his legs. He does have a frostbite attack. He has I think he has an ice breath too. He has a circular swipe that he does, which is, you can block it or you can iframe your way through it. I prefer to iframe my way through it. And when he starts screaming about Ocelot, that's when he's going to start charging around the room and things like that. He's quite similar to Vort of the Boreal Valley in that some of his attacks are similar, and he does a dash across the screen. So the Fire Longsword works pretty well here, and with the Pontiff suit you'll be able to absorb frost damage and not take as much, so it's really nice. And he often does a jump too. Anytime that he's distanced from you on the screen, like right here, what we need to do is run over to him. Or just quickly evade because he may double back and do a charge at you. But by and large, it might seem kind of suicidal to stay by an enemy who hits so hard and who's quite dangerous. But trust me, if you're distanced from him, then he does do charges and jump attacks at you, and the charge is actually really fast and hard to dodge. Okay, so here is his one of his ice attacks. And he tends to do the swipe quite a lot too. Right there. He kind of lifts his tail up, signifying he's going to do the swipe. And basically it's just analyzing the boss's tells and being able to properly respond to them so that you can dodge and iframe your way through attacks. It's quite a fair boss. I don't have many problems with this boss fight. So we're going to ember ourselves up so that we could have a little bit more HP. And it's not too bad. So when you beat him, you'll be able to get a gesture that will enable us to go to Archdragon Peak. So here he's going kind of nuts. There's the swipe. Sometimes you can get, like when he's down on all fours like that, you can get caught in his body. So if you're trying to evade, sometimes you can't always go under his legs because his belly is so close to the ground. But you don't really take too much damage with the proper attire here, so it's actually nice. And that is a slayed boss. And we're going to go to another optional area coming up too. So when the fight's done, you'll notice that you get a new gesture. I can't remember what it is. It called something dragon? Obviously. Path of the Dragon, I think it's called. Sounds like something out of Ninja Gaiden 2. Okay, so we have his soul. And, oh, I think we get the gesture in the next area. Yeah, okay. So take care.